Hello YouTube! Welcome back to my channel. My name's Tina and I make videos every single week on lifestyle and DIYs, and today's video is how to have a stress-free wedding. I feel like right now a lot of you guys are in my comments or in my DMs telling me that you're having a little bit of a stressful time planning your wedding because right now things are so uncertain. So I wanted to make this video sharing with you guys some tips on how I tried to be as stress-free as possible when I was planning my wedding, and also some tips for your actual wedding day. So I hope you guys will find this video to be helpful and also will give you a little peace of mind, because trust me, planning a wedding is not easy at all. And if you guys are in that boat right now, know that there is a community of brides who are going through the same exact thing as you. So be sure to lean on each other and know that you guys will get through this together, and I'm here to help as best as I can. So let's get into the video. So for my first tip, and probably my most important tip, is to keep in mind that your wedding day will not be 100% perfect. I've mentioned this before in my videos. I went into my wedding with an open mind, knowing that people were really there to celebrate me and Brian and not really pay attention to the small things like the decorations or the details. And even though I'm a sucker for all the little details, I know that guests are really there to just be with each other and be in the moment. So know that going in, and know that not everything will be perfect. And if you've seen my wedding regrets video, you'll know that lots of things went wrong, but I did not let that keep me from having the best day ever. So go into this with an open mind and you will be a lot less stressed. The second tip may be an obvious one, but it is to create a timeline. And that is just so important when you're booking your vendors and also just figuring out things for your wedding, like bridesmaid dresses and decorations. Really understand how you like to plan things and set yourself a due date. I really counted on online apps to keep me accountable, and I have a whole video on free wedding resources that you guys can use. But one of the most helpful apps that I had on my phone was The Knot. That one was really great in having a checklist, so I knew exactly when to book vendors based on my wedding date. And that app was really nice because it really did break down everything into dates as well as little checklists within checklists, so you know that you're not going to forget all the little details. So even things like finding your photographer, to even smaller details like your marriage license and your certificate, which apparently a lot of brides forget about. And honestly, I kind of forgot about it. It's not like I forgot about it, but I just didn't know how to do it. So make sure that you follow a checklist and a timeline so you can actually get married and get your licenses and your certificates. Otherwise, your wedding day is just a party and you're not getting legally married. So don't be like me, because I ended up scrambling like the last maybe month and booking a court wedding date like 2 days before my actual wedding. So yeah, don't forget that little detail. For my third tip, it might be a little bit harder for all you DIY brides out there, which I know that's a lot of you guys since you love DIY just as much as I do. But honestly, when it comes to your wedding and all the projects that you're going to do, make sure that you limit yourself. I cannot stress this enough. I am really guilty of like just putting on too many projects and not having enough time to do them. So there were things that I had planned to do and I had bought materials to do and still have materials. Like I still have so much paper and like random decorations that I'm not using. But learn from me and pick and choose your battles when it comes to your DIYs. So just really figuring out what are your priorities and what projects really mean a lot to you to do by yourself, whether that be to save money or just because you personally want to do this as part of your wedding day to make it a little bit more special. Just limit how much you're DIYing, because trust me, you will feel burnt out and you will be stressed if you don't allow yourself enough time to do all the projects. I just had a flashback to doing my big wedding sign because for some reason I thought it wouldn't take me that long, and I waited till the last minute, maybe like 2 or 3 nights before the wedding, and I was up until 2 a.m. doing it, and I regret that because days leading up to your wedding, you definitely need sleep. So don't do what I did. Make sure that you set aside time for some big projects and then have a few little projects sprinkled throughout, but can't stress this enough, literally. This next tip really does go along with the previous tip, because even though you want to do everything by yourself, you physically cannot. Like, at least I couldn't. You really need to lean on the people around you and divide and conquer. So don't be afraid to ask others for help, especially your family members and your friends. They're there for you to be a support system during this time, and don't be afraid to ask, because honestly, one day when they get married, you'll probably have to do the same thing and help them out. And also, it is free labor, so like, don't be afraid to ask friends and family for help. But when it comes to your actual wedding day, you might want to consider hiring someone for different tasks throughout the night. So whether it be setting up or breaking down, make sure that you have those people figured out, because honestly, you want your friends and family to have a good time at your wedding and to enjoy the whole night and not have to worry about the small little things that are going behind the scenes. So when it comes to all the things leading up to the wedding, make sure that you ask for your friends and family to help. But when it comes to the wedding day, make sure that you get some proper help from professionals. This next one is one that I learned from Jamie Wolfer, who is a wedding coordinator, and she's on YouTube as well. And if you haven't watched her videos, you definitely should, so I will link them down below. But this tip is all about putting your Pinterest to bed after you've already figured out what you want. So I feel like this is a really important tip when you want to be stress-free, because as you're planning things, it gets really hard to choose things like your wedding invitations, your colors, your bridesmaid dresses, and honestly, it gets tempting to go back into Pinterest to look for more inspiration. But by doing so, you're honestly just torturing yourself and second guessing your choices. So I would suggest that once you have something figured out and run with an idea that you like, don't go back onto Pinterest looking for more ideas, because honestly, it's going to overwhelm you and stress you out and just make you feel like your idea is not good enough and it's not unique enough for your wedding, when in reality, that is not the case. Use your best judgment and trust your gut when it comes to these things. So once you figure out things like your color palette, don't go back onto Pinterest searching for wedding color palettes 2020. Like, honestly, that's just gonna stress you out so badly. And although you want your Pinterest board to be a point of reference, I would suggest to make a board with just final ideas on things that you actually love and are planning to implement for your wedding. So take all the pins from your inspiration and brainstorm board and put it into a new section labeled final, and honestly, that will just help you out so much in making decisions, especially if you're someone that's super indecisive like I am. So for this sixth tip, it's all about having a backup plan. So whether that be for weather, or if someone doesn't show up, or if something happens like running late, you always have a backup plan. And I feel like this is especially important when it comes to weather. So unfortunately, on my wedding day, it was downpouring in the morning and then super misty and a little bit drizzly the rest of the day. And we did have a backup plan for where we were gonna take photos, and my photographer knew exactly where we wanted to go. But luckily, by the time we were taking portraits, it wasn't too bad that we couldn't go to our original location, but it just made me feel a lot better and not as stressed out knowing that I had a backup plan for that day. And just planning out all the smaller details and being well prepared. So I would really suggest you guys to do your research and have a backup plan for anything that could go wrong. There are a lot of checklists and YouTube videos on this, and you can find all sorts of solutions, from getting a stain on your dress, which I am guilty of, that happened to me, to even bigger things like transportation running late. Just have a backup plan for every scenario that could possibly happen, and you will feel a lot better and a lot less stressed. For my next tip, it is something that I would highly recommend that you figure out ahead of time, and that is to have a handler. And this could be for both you and your spouse, but just assigning roles to different people in your wedding party or in your family to do certain things throughout the night. So going into the wedding day, I made sure to tell everyone around me to make sure that I was not hungry ever, so making sure that they were getting food for me and keeping me fed, because honestly, the day just goes by so fast and you forget to eat, and you will definitely feel it if you don't get enough in your system. So I remember distinctly that morning that I did not eat a single thing, and I think a big part of that is because I was pretty nervous that morning, so I really just couldn't eat anything at all. So after the ceremony, I was super hungry, and it was just really helpful that my cousin and Brian's cousin got us a plate of food and gave it to us, and even did things like feed us water. Like, honestly, they were lifesavers. So shout out to Jenny and Kevin for feeding us. They were honestly lifesavers. So I would 100% recommend having a handler to feed you food, hold your stuff, hold your dress, and do anything else that you need that night. Honestly, they can't really say no because it's your big day. Take a deep breath and just have fun the rest of the day. And honestly, that is one of the best stress-free tips I can give to you guys out there. Okay, I feel like I was stressed talking about being stress-free, so I hope that this video really helped you guys in planning your wedding and just looking forward to your big day. I'm wishing you guys all the best of luck, and if you have any questions at all, please feel free to comment down below or DM me on Instagram. I will include my handle here as always. And that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!